exactly how I got started, but one year I just started painting for Christmas presents. Like, it's like, what am I going to do for Christmas? I was a punk rock guy. I didn't have a lot of money. So I painted little paintings for my friends. And then so I was in a band and we toured, and my buddy Stefan, he did like record covers for us. And, all artists are trying to find sources of income. So John Berger and I have this mutual friend, Alice
Seconds,
and
yeah.
her husband have True
Yeah.
Love, right?
Yeah.
So Steph and Britt wanted, we're all broke. So I told him everybody loved his art. Anything he painted would sell. I said, do a painting a day, sell them for $100, have an art show at the end of the month, and you'll have $3,000, right? So we go down to True Love and we talked to Allison, and I was going to do an art show just to encourage him to do one. So I signed up for March. He signed up for April, and he never did his. But I did a painting a day all through February, and I put them up in March from like $30 to a couple $100 or whatever. And I sold 17 pieces of art, my first art show.
Wow.
Yeah. And I have one of those pieces right here.
I remember that show too.
It was insane. And so this is a bat that I painted.
Awesome.
And,
look at that.
My friend,
Oh, wow.
that works at the co-op, she bought the painting. At the end of the show, I'm giving everybody their art, and she gave it back to me. And she's like, here, I bought this for you. And so she wanted me to have my own piece of art. And then I turned it into a t-shirt, and it became one of the Groovy Ghoulies best-selling t-shirts.
Right.
And so, yeah.
Awesome. That is so funny. We know the same people. Allison, I worked with her when I worked at Java City in the 90s, and I met them both when they were dating.
Right. And before
How
that,
great.
Allison and Gabe Nelson, right?
Yeah.
Gabe Nelson from Cake. So
Oh my gosh.
these places are what I call a catalyst, right? So the Java City was a catalyst.
Absolutely.
And the True Love was a catalyst. And so at the True Love, at my show,
Hi, Mr. John Berger.
John, who's the guy from the Horse Cow that moved to Finland?
Oh, right. Stephen Oni.
Stephen Oni.
Oh, yeah.
Great stuff. So this is the thing I love about Sacramento. It's supportive and encouraging. So Venoni invited me to show in the Horse Cow. And then the Toy Room guys asked me to show in the Toy Room. Those were like my favorite galleries. And then John, Melanie from Short Center, Skinner Davis. Everybody does
crazy.
Friendly and encouraging.
Yeah.
And so, I'm showing at the Horse Cow. Steve Venoni's, great stuff. Right?
Good job, Kepi. Yeah.
Everything is great stuff. And so he encouraged me. It might have been at the Toy Room where I bought my first John Berger piece, I think. You did a bunch of little pieces? Was
Yeah, it probably was. I had a few shows there, yeah.
So the Toy Room always gave us shows and the True Love, and so it just took off.
Yeah.
And then, yeah.
So you know Craig and Kim Scott. Well, Kim Scott and Craig, he's doing the Toy Room, isn't he, John?
Yeah, he was part of the John Saldano and still is.
Yeah,
Yes.
Craig,
Craig McLean, the guy was from New Zealand.
Yes.
Oh yes, Craig and John. Yeah, they were there from the get-go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Always been good to me.
Yeah.
I see the Toy Room still going online,
yes.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and occasionally they'll pop up shows or something. Yeah.
So yeah, and then and it's never stopped. And I started touring with Kevin Seconds. We got to show art at the CBGB Gallery in New York. So as a punk rock kid,
oh my gosh.
Yeah. And then since then, I've had an art show. I've now had 6 art shows at the Ramones Museum in Berlin.
Wow.
So it goes Sacramento, New York, Berlin. And like, there's no dream. That's why I'm here, to tell the people, do whatever you want, and like no rules. And absolutely, the thing I love about art is no rules.
Yeah, absolutely. We have a few artists here. Annie is a really good no rules kind of person. She's, we have our artists, definitely.
Yeah, and also
Margo and
Short Center artists.
Yes.
I own several pieces. I've been to several Short Center shows, and the art is magic. And it is magic because there's no structure. You do what you want. You
Yeah.
follow your heart, and that's exactly what I do. And John and Kevin Seconds, and yeah.
Yeah. So you came out of that, and you still lived in Sacramento at the time when you
Mhm.
were doing this, of course. And then you moved to Arizona, or
A
did you
trip,
just
people
like in
still consider me
between?
a Sacramentan. Yeah, so I went to Santa Rosa for 2 years, Sebastopol for 3 years. Bodega Bay is like one of my favorite places in the
Yeah.
world, but it's super expensive, and I wanted to go full-time touring again. So I took this house in Phoenix, and literally the pandemic hit. And so last year I sat in this industrial compound and painted and played guitar and survived.
Wow.
Yeah,
Awesome.
art and music only. So
Wow,
We can
that's
do
awesome.
it.
you can do it. Anyone can do it. It's just, it's every time, it's funny, every time you doubt yourself, you just kind of like, no, this is what I do. This, and it's
Don't
crazy.
don't
Yeah.
listen to that little thing on your shoulder saying, "Oh, that's gross. Oh, that's ugly. Oh, no, you can't do this,"
Oh,
I
yeah.
definitely understand that bit because I do that sometimes and I'm like, "No, go
Yeah.
away,"
Yeah. And art wise, like I don't worry about like that as much as, is there a market for your silly art? And there maintains one.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Priced affordably, I keep it, everything typically 40 to 150 bucks, If you guys have any questions, let me know too.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I'm sure they'll raise their hand.
Okay.
So there was another question. Oh, your medium. What's your favorite type of medium to work with? Watercolors or acrylics
Acrylic and
or
watercolor.
oil?
So, yeah.
Yeah, good. Yeah.
And you can see back here, there's a big chat. I mean,
I-
pretty much from day one, I've painted bats. Like I never get
That's
sick of
great.
painting bats. And I had a Zoom meeting for if COVID lifts, my first art show will be in Pennsylvania in September, and it's a bat show.
Oh,
So
awesome.
Nice.
yeah. And the
So
thing is, if you paint what you love, it never gets old. And I
exactly.
changed it, and so I brought some stuff. Here's some kind of examples. Here's my whole thing. I just start with a canvas. I don't stretch my own canvas or anything like that. I buy pre-made canvases, like at the store, and I just like to go straight to work. I think I have a little bit of an attention problem. So see, what I do, and you figure out your challenges, and then that's how you become yourself, and you don't have to do it like everybody else. So I typically will work on 2 to 8 pieces at once,
Wow.
and I'll do a bunch of backgrounds, and then I'll do a white layer. There's like a little castle and a thing, and then I'll do the color, and then I'll ink it in with black, So it's usually like my process is typically background, white, color, black line. Sign it, send it away.
And you said it was watercolor was your
Or
or
acrylic.
acrylic.
Yeah. And so I'll see if I have. I could go grab a watercolor in one sec. Oh, I did bring one. So I have some here. Okay, here's some fun ones, and this shows you no rules. So acrylic or watercolors I can do. So I travel a lot. I also play music.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'll literally do is get, thank you University Art in Sacramento, a pad of watercolor postcards, watercolor pencils, and a brush. I can fit that in my backpack on the plane, and I'll sit on the airplane and I'll color these little watercolor postcards. I frame them up, and I can sell them for $25 to $40. Sitting at the airport, I can create 3 to 4 pieces of art. By the time the plane lands, I've actually printed money,
Right.
And it's a little galaxy.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah,
That's
and,
cool.
and they're fun. So I'll do multiple ones. These ones I've actually saved. Like You know, you
Yeah.
Steve Vanoni taught me this. Steve Vanoni taught me at my first art show, always save one piece for yourself. Save your favorite piece, and then you'll never have any regrets about selling the others. So right now I'm saving these little galaxies because I love them.
They
and
are.
Yeah,
then,
they're cool.
yeah, later
Very cool.
on, I'll get a
Hi,
crush.
John.
Hi, Liz.
Welcome.
Hello.
So
Thanks.
yeah, so I'll keep a piece until the crush goes away. You know, I paint something. You always think this is the best thing I'm ever gonna paint, and then you paint something better, and then I'll sell this and I'll keep the thing I like better or whatever. So you rotate your favorite, but never give up ones that speak to you or that you have what I call a crush on. You know, keep,
Right.
you know. So that's always a fun thing. So that's
Hi,
my
Regina.
watercolor. That's my watercolor system.
That's awesome. I'm gonna have to
Awesome.
remember that because I do a lot of miniature like things, you know, little bits and pieces. The background maybe later I'll do, and like you say, you know, you doing a little bit of whatever it is on them, and then you can just put them in a frame or, you know,
Yeah,
put them in a bookmark. I don't know, let somebody find
you-
one.
So
I-
that
Kepi,
you can sell.
yeah,
so you use watercolor pencils then on those? Is that what you
Uh-huh.
said?
yeah. So
And
I
then you spread them with water, or how do you
Yeah.
make that?
I'll show you my theory. And oh, yeah. Here's a funny thing. Oh, we'll get there, I guess. I have so much stuff. I pulled out a watercolor and now I don't know what I do.
I'll be here.
I got a funny one. Oh, here. Okay. So this is like my little monster. I call this Garagezilla. It looks very much,
Godzilla.
Godzilla, I
but I
like
don't want to get sued. Yeah. So what I'll do with these is I'll take it out of the frame so it's not glaring at you guys. I get the watercolor postcard. So there's about, again, like 3 or 4 steps to this. I just draw the little monster with a pencil, color it in. Watercolor pencils are just like a colored pencil. And so if you're on an airplane or something, I literally, like, I'll get a glass of water from the flight attendant and I'll drink it down until there's this much at the bottom. And I'll sit there and you wet the pencil and it turns into watercolor. And so, and it's funny, the flight attendants are walking by and by the end of the flight, they're like, oh, how cute. And so I'm on the plane, right? You can't keep getting up to go to the bathroom and rinse your brush. So I always color them all in and then I go, okay, yellow, orange, green, blue. I work my way from light to dark so the brush can get dirtier.
right.
And then I just outline it with a Sharpie, little
That's
Sharpie pen.
awesome. Oh,
And yeah, so this is just pencil, colored pencil, water, and ink. So pretty
Yeah.
much 4 steps to everything I do.
yeah,
Yeah.
I like the watercolor pencils. I just recently bought some, but I had started doing watercolor with paints, but
Yeah.
those pencils are so much easier, like you say, you know.
Yeah,
especially if
they're
you've got-
fun. And again, like, you know, I couldn't, you know, sit on a plane with a big palette and, you know, so it's like, it's really designed for me to sit in the middle seat with my arms like this, and I can create art anywhere I go.
Awesome.
And it keeps me alive. It's literally paycheck to paycheck or art piece to art piece. There's a funny thing I want to share with
Please do.
how I
Yes.
started, and it's funny because of this little dinosaur that I'm still painting, you know, literally 30 years later. So I took a class, and I still have this piece. I dug it out for today. This is I took a watercolor class at Sacramento City College 30 years ago. And we had to paint a diptych, and I painted this Godzilla coming out of the ocean, right? And the teacher literally said, like, yeah, that's cool, but you can't really make a living doing cartoons or something like that. She was like,
Oh,
so rule number 1, the instructor deflated me, right? But not everyone will do this. Some people will quit, but I kind of use that as like, okay, I'll show you, right? So she was all about abstracts. And so abstract art is, you know, just color and shape with no real, you decide what it means. So I did that. And I love doing abstract, but I don't like being told what to do. I did this, and I ended up getting an A in the class only because I did what the instructor said, which is not the way to do art. This is the other way. But it was a fun experience.
Right.
And I still have this piece that I love. But
That's
but-
amazing that you got over, or you kind of disregarded or used your teacher's uh, criticism to change what you thought was art. Because I really have a hard time with teachers that do that, really.
yeah,
And I
and-
think that's
yeah,
it's criminal.
and everybody has, if I like, Star Wars and I say, oh, Titanic is no good because I like Star Wars, that's not fair. But some people will be like, okay, so everything is a lesson. Everything is, either it's a positive lesson or a challenge. And
Yeah,
but the funny thing is, and I was laughing about this, that Godzilla was coming out of the San Francisco Bay, right? So as I was rounding stuff up for the show today, I was cracking up because I found this poster that I literally had made. This, I didn't do this, but I had a friend screen print this poster, like, 2017, so
Wow.
28 years ago. But here's a Godzilla coming out of the San Francisco Bay, right? So it's still there. And here I am playing this Gilman Street in Berkeley 30 years later with my friends who were like in Mr. T Experience and 7 Seconds. 7 Seconds, but we're still like, you find your tribe.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
that, and the Short Center, that is part of my tribe.
absolutely.
Don and Melanie and Skinner are still friends. We're still friends. We still see each other. Some people take off and, but we all.
Yeah. I didn't, when I I moved to England, and after I left Java City and got divorced, I moved to England for 5 years. And one of the things I noticed when I came back was I didn't know that Kevin Seconds painted. And he has very similar in that respect. You're an artist and you're a musician, but you're also an artist in, paper, water, whatever.
Yeah.
And his stuff is really amazing as well as yours. And I
Oh,
think
he's
that's
fearless too. And he's like, this month I'm gonna do, he got a wood burner, right? And then he was making lino cuts out of vine. Now he's making digital videos. Like, he's fearless. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, it's good enough. I'm a comfort guy.
right. Yeah.
But Kevin is really about pushing self boundaries, fearless, and
Right.
we're on same track.
What So with all of this, what was your biggest challenge for going forward in your art? Did you ever find a block of something that you couldn't move, or something that was in your life that was a hindrance to your art, or was that never an issue?
I mean, obviously, for every artist on the planet, finance, money, staying alive, and yeah, and there's times when you're just like, but for the most part, and I've learned screen printing from my friend Bruce Gossett. Did Gossett teach at the Short Center at all?
No, he doesn't, but I occasionally collaborate with him for doing shows and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, he's really supportive of that.
Yeah, he is. Well, he's got a brother that's got disabilities, so
Okay.
there's a connection there. So yeah.
Yeah. So Bruce Gossett, Sacramento artist, taught me screen printing. So when I was not on tour, I'd go and help him out and make some money printing T-shirts. I consider screen printing an art, and it is. I mean,
It is.
Yeah.
Gossett is one of the best, and he's
He's great.
And this is a 6-color screen print that I had a guy in Chicago do. Punk rock people doing screen printing. It's great. It's the art of the T-shirt. To me, everything's an art. It's art.
Yes.
And your life is your work of art. That's how I am now. I'm a super hip now.
And you never grow old when you feel like that. I feel in my heart that my body, okay, it's falling apart, but
Yeah.
I am
Virginia, your cat's coming in.
I'm still, yes.
And
This
that's
is
funny, there's a
Jack.
cat going by here too. Pumpkin.
Come on. Yeah. And so, that's the thing that I feel is it keeps you young. You keep,
Exactly. I agree.
keep creating. Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep creating.
And yeah, I think not having the stress of a job, not those things, they keep you young. They keep, it's like that stress it hurts us, you know.
Yes, my daughter said to me today, she said, "Mom, you don't have any wrinkles," and she was massaging me, and she's like, "And you're all relaxed." I said, "That's because I haven't been work for a year."
Yeah. Yeah,
But
it's
not against you guys at all, definitely.
yeah.
But it is a stressful sometimes, you know, carrying.
So yeah, the students, are you guys all taking your classes online right now? I
Yes.
saw you sent me the link.
Yes.
I saw multiple classes like all week long, so that's cool.
Yeah,
Are you?
drop in when you want.
Yeah. Is it open to the public to look or?
Yeah,
Well,
I
it's up
don't,
to
I don't
y'all.
care. Yeah, whatever.
Okay,
Yeah,
link.
if you want to check it out, absolutely. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, and if you guys have any questions, let me know. And yeah, if you want to have me back sometime, let me know.
Oh,
That'd be great.
definitely. So I have a question, just one question. You guys can all ask a question after. So during this confinement of our life, or whatever it is you want to say, what would you say, did your art change any, or anything in it? Any
No, in fact, here's what's funny. And a friend, my friend John, do you know April from Punch the Clown? April West.
Yes.
Okay, so she was my roommate in Santa Barbara for years, or Santa Rosa for years. And I was talking to her about doing this, and she reminded me of this thing. So I have this little art book, and the back of it is like my little motto, which is bright and simple art for a dark and complicated world. So like,
wow.
yeah, that's what I am. So my art didn't change. My feeling is like people need happy little bats to get them through this. And so I've just kind of steered the course, stayed on my boat,
Yeah.
sailed straight ahead, and we'll get through the other side. And that's what I do. So,
Hey, Kepi,
Awesome.
regarding your book, because I had a copy a long time ago and I gave it to a friend. Who
yeah,
really wanted it. Is that still available? Is it still out
yes.
there?
And yeah, and just text me your address. I'll send you a couple. I get promo copies from it's actually,
I'll pay for it. I just.
it's printed in Holland. It's actually a European import. And the guy, he sends me promotional copies, like kind of like my royalties are promotional copies. So I'd love to share.
Oh,
And I could send a couple to the school, to the short center for students look
To
at.
look at.
oh, that would be great. That would be great.
Yeah.
Thank
And
you.
also too, some music, you know, I have kids
Yeah, no,
records and acoustic records, and I'll send you guys a goodie box. Just give me an
I had a
awesome.
friend of mine that yeah, she just really liked the book, and I just
yeah.
you know, I do that sometimes. I just give it to somebody, you know.
I do the exact
Because
same
she
thing.
just
and
wanted it so
there's
bad.
another
I just
copy
here,
out
take
there.
it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah, there's another one surfaces, right?
So
Yeah,
does anybody have any questions, or?
do you want to share your
I
art?
can't think of anything right now.
Okay. Do you have art you want to show us? Anything you guys are working on?
Yeah, you guys can
Yeah,
show
you
your art
guys.
one at a
Oh.
time.
Yeah.
Robin, you
I'm
want to
gonna
show?
Oh, I
show you
can't
my
see it.
art.
Yes.
I've been doing this bag for now at least a couple of years or more, right?
Huh?
Well,
Virginia?
it's been about a year, yeah.
Okay.
And I still have not finished it yet. And when the COVID started, I left this behind and I wanted to work on it.
Put it up so we can see it.
Yeah, put it up higher next time so we can actually see it.
Okay, let me stand up and do it.
There you go. Oh,
Oh,
right on.
awesome. Very nice.
Yeah, so it's a bag of some sort, whatever you want to
A
carry.
tote bag. And
Yeah.
and I have tote bags. Bruce Gossett prints tote bags for me. I have this little, there's a little Kepi, I bleed rock and roll coffee cup, and I printed. Robin, here's
Oh,
this is
cool.
the thing about your bag. You talk about COVID hitting. It's hard to create when you're in a funk, when the world is crazy or things like that. Like there's times when I can't paint. You're like, not today. I don't feel like it, and that's okay. And you just wait till it feels like it's going to be fun. But that's a great point. You don't always feel
Yeah.
like creating.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
Oh, yeah.
For
Does
sure.
anybody else, Annie, do you have some stuff you want to show, your artwork?
Oh, there you go.
This is a definite different thing for her, because she usually does like
I
these
can't get up.
linear stuff. These are really beautiful.
Yeah, that's really cool.
And Margot's there too. Margot does some really great drawings too. If you set the drawings.
Billy,
Yeah, bring in some of your drawings over here, if you can.
That's a
This is
funny
really-
thing, to not have rules. Like sometimes, like, you know, I like modern art, and I'll be priming a canvas, and sometimes you just want to leave it. And
I know.
twice in Sebastopol, my cat stepped on it, and I saved it.
Billy,
And then at this house, Ginger walked across one of my paintings and has the footprints. So I actually am now collecting cat art, and I'm keeping those for me. But yeah, modern art is cool. I bought these things. I was going to show you guys. Sometimes, like, you know, you're at Target and you see just a silly little sculpture. I paint these. I paint a face on them, and then boom, you can make lots of money if you see something. If you think it's fun, most likely somebody else thinks it's fun. And then I painted this guy, this little horse, unicorn, and like, instead, I could just leave it and it looks like modern art. It's like it's outlined or whatever. So yeah, there's no.
Yeah, that is
Billy.
beautiful. So
Hey, Jeff, I want to show you something.
Billy.
Yeah, show me more stuff.
Okay, I just made this, I did the envelope and I did a design on it.
Yeah,
And
that's best.
it's for my niece for her birthday. And I never thought I could do something like that, you know,
And that's the best. And like,
especially in Short Center North, because I've never did any art before.
yeah, good job. And it's fun to get something in the mail that's not a bill, right? It's fun to get a piece
Yes.
of art.
Right.
Talking about the COVID, I have some fans, and they started they call it the Snail Mail Club, and they mail letters to each other.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a place, I can send you guys a link. It's called the Everyday Balloon Shop. And they print little greeting cards, screen printed greeting cards that are really cheap, and we send them to each other. So we're supporting artists, supporting the post office. It's fun and affordable. And one of the guys makes abstract postcards and just sends them, you know, like a little work of art in the mail. It's great. So those are super fun.
What have you got? Looks like Margot's got something.
Hand painted thank you cards, right?
those are
Hey, Robin, or you guys, if you guys talk, you'll blow up on the screen.
Okay, hold on. Let
There
me,
you go. There you go.
Yeah.
turn it around and yeah, it's a thank you card, and
Yeah.
she drew this like as she loves unicorns.
Me too.
And so she basically does that type of drawing too, and she likes cats and things like that, and she does a real wonderful job on drawing and sketching.
yeah.
Great. And then you do the envelopes. You guys are like a team. You could open a stationery store.
For
That would be
sure.
a lot of work for us.
Yeah, it's
you
fun
know-
though.
You know what? I've got a lot of Robin's work in the back here, what she did last year, and that's exactly what we're going to do. Is we're going to try and get them out there, so
Printed?
that you guys can,
Yeah,
sell them.
yeah, that's cool.
Awesome.
I like
Any-
Transformers too.
Hey, Fatina.
Hi, Sam.
Hi, Sam Parsley.
Hello.
Right?
Hey, Robin.
This is
Hey,
Sam.
Sammy boy.
So
Hi.
I have one more question for Kepi, just
Yeah.
for once. So if you were to do anything that you would, if you were to learn anything now in your life that you
Mhm.
don't know how to do, what would it be?
Graphic design. Yeah,
Okay.
it,
Cool.
instantly. It's funny. I'm just this much older than all of you, and I'm just this much behind. You know, and like yeah, my friend laid out this book and 200 pages of my art. They scanned it, they laid it out, they did the cover, the silk screen posters. Like, I really like, you know, I'd like to design record covers and all this stuff. I have wonderful friends that do it, but every now and then you see something in your head and you want to be able to. So yeah, for sure, I would take
Right.
from Don Button at the Sacramento City College.
Awesome.
You know him? Don Button?
I don't know.
He's
Who
an
was
artist.
that?
Don Button. He's like he's in charge of the newspaper, and he's a graphic
Oh,
designer.
yeah.
He's been around Sacramento for 100 years, and
Yes.
I was just like 2 years behind taking classes from him, and but also too, I think not having that skill has forced me to stay into the hard mediums, which has allowed me to travel and do art shows. So, even though I'd like to do animation and this and that, I think,
What about you get on?
yeah, you get, you find your way. I think I'm happy where I am for sure. I've had a lot.
New day.
Hi, do you have a piece of art to show or anything? Anything to share?
Sam Presley Ninja King Cowboy. That's his name.
That's great.
Yasuro Fudo.
My brother
Stuff like that.
gave me.
Who did?
My brother.
Oh my goodness, how funny.
Sam Presley Ninja, that's a good one.
Oh,
Does anybody
yeah.
else have any questions anywhere?
Yeah, I am it.
You have some stuff?
How long does it take for you to draw on a canvas?
Typically, I can do a watercolor in a couple of hours, and and again, like what I do is I'll do multiple pieces at once, so I don't get bored. And so, but anywhere from you can do a piece in a day if you really set your mind to it. 1 hour to a day,
Yeah.
and usually about a week if you're lazy like me, or how big it is, or how inspired you are. Sometimes I'll have like 3 commissions to do, but somebody will say like, I want a unicorn eating donuts or something, and you see it in your head, and you just go, and you paint it. You do it that day because you see it, and it's exciting for you.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Yeah, I am in today.
Oh,
What do you-
he's got some jewelry that he's doing.
Yeah, bracelets. Yeah.
Yeah, we're doing hanging things. Like Annie has something that she does. It's a garden art, or you can hang it outside to catch the sun, sun catcher or whatever.
Colors.
And
Yeah.
and I love those. Yeah, those
Me
are so
too.
amazing. You guys are all.
Yeah, I am in make an earring.
You're gonna make some earrings. Cool.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah, but in my earring I make.
Yes, I do have your earrings. They're in a box somewhere in the site. We need to get over there and get them.
Yeah.
So so you have another show in, you said September?
Yeah, the next thing I do will be an art show in Pennsylvania, a bat show. And then, and what we always try to do is, paint some stuff and then maybe donate some money to a bat rescue, a bat conservancy. It's a way to give
awesome.
and stuff, I've done bat benefit shows in Sacramento, and I think we got some art from the Short Center. I think some of the students donated to we made.
Yeah, I remember you did one at True Love, right? We did True Love.
We did a really big one at Shine. And
Oh,
we
that's right. That's right.
made
Yeah.
like $800 for the
Wow.
bats at Shine. And
Yeah. And it was the Causeway bats, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
So that's like super, that's always fun to give back. And I do a thing in Europe that I call an art run. So
Mhm.
you like me, another artist, and a musician, and we all paint, and we bring stuff to like a little club or a coffee house, and we put up art, we play music,
I hate when that freezes.
and then we go drive Berlin, Paris, and we get to see the world by selling art. We're almost
Wow,
modern gypsy.
that's so cool.
Yeah,
That's way cool.
that's my plan to get to Pennsylvania in September, is an art run. I haven't done one in the US, like a literal art show and music show. So I think I'm gonna, if everything's lifted and it's safe,
Yeah,
I'll book my way out there by doing an art run.
absolutely.
You just figure out like where do I need to go? How do I need to get there? And how much money do I need? And then you make that many necklaces or paintings or tote bags, and you live your dream.
Absolutely. You make it sound so simple. I'm gonna have to remember that. I do.
Life is simple.
Yeah.
You really
Yeah.
just bring it down to like, what do I want? How do I get there? And how much money do I need? And then you make that many paintings to get a plane ticket and a hamburger, and you're there.
Yeah, absolutely. See how simple that is, you guys?
I know.
So anybody
Oh.
have a question? We got 2 minutes left, and Annie, go ahead. Oh,
Oh, she's gonna show us something. Oh, yes.
this is her fabric. She's making a quilt, and they are supposed to depict something that they like, or something maybe that means that's a tree or somebody's climbing up the tree.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
That's great. Okay.
Beautiful.
My
Yeah,
friend.
Another one.
You have another one. Okay.
Mhm. Oh, look at that. Nice.
Wow.
John,
Such-
Yes.
my friend Chris just did some trading cards that look like stained glass windows, and they're
Oh,
really
cool.
beautiful. They remind me of that. So after we're done, I'll send books. Remind me to send some art from my friends and stuff too. You guys
Yeah,
can-
I'm curious about that postcard thing too. That sounds really cool. Send me a link to that too.
Yeah,
And
yeah, yeah.
I'll just message you on Facebook and give you some addresses and stuff. That'd be cool.
Perfect,
Thank
yeah.
you. Thank you very much.
Thank you guys for having me. I think it might run out. but-
Yeah,
Oh,
thank
you're
you so much,
welcome.
Kepi, for doing this too.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Kepi.
we really
You're
appreciate it.
wonderful.
Hey,
in the future. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, it was nice to meet you, and I'm
Yeah.
glad that I'm able to connect with more artists.
I'm already short center family, so.
yeah,
Absolutely.
yes, you are.
Robin, you have one little question. It's got to be really short,
Yeah,
though.
because we're running out of time.
Yeah, well, I just wanted to say that I'm very glad that I got to meet you, and I hope you have a wonderful weekend.
Thank you. And good luck on your tote bag. I hope you finish it. I want to see it when it's done.
Okay,
Right.
that's
All right.
cool.
Sure.
That's a wrap.
Okay.
All right. Well,
I'll
thanks,
send-
Kepi.
Everybody, thank you.
Bye, Annie.
Thanks.
Bye, Sam. Bye,
Thanks for
Will.
having me.
Yes, take
Absolutely,
care.
thank you.
Okay,
And say
bye.
hello to your
Bye.
kitty for me.
I will. Thank you.
Exciting.
Bye.
Bye. What,
Bye.
Sam?
Yeah, I am at